You say, welcome to Tuesday Youth Online.
Ah,
Yeah.
red,
What are we looking at?
yellow,
Yellow. Yellow wall.
really,
Can you say anxiety?
ah.
Yeah. I might go film this somewhere else. Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday Youth Online. I've managed to find a gap in the rain clouds, but not the wind, to come outside, which is nice. I've got my jumpers on. So this week we are talking about a Bible verse that is found in the New Testament, 1 Peter 5:7, which says this: cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. This has been a verse I've been thinking a lot about the last few months. It's been one of my memory verses for 2020, and I just think it's so helpful to how we live and instructive on how we can talk to God and why we share the things with God that we do. So we're going to look at that. Just to clarify one thing though first, there is a difference between anxiety and sort of feeling anxious and having anxiety as a mental health disorder. So feeling anxious about things is a normal emotional response to significant events. So that might be an exam that you've got coming up, or it might be, you've had a falling out with your friends or something like that. You feel anxious. It is proportional to the event that has happened and it goes away. So that is like normal anxious thoughts that we all have. Anxiety is different from this. Anxiety is often not linked, or it's very hard to link it to a particular event. It's often disproportional to the size of the event. So, you might feel really, really anxious about something very, very small. It happens very often. Often it is you are feeling anxious more often than you are not feeling anxious. And of course it is diagnosable in some cases as an anxiety disorder. So the Bible does talk a lot about anxiety. An alternative translation for this verse is cast all of your cares or cast all of your concerns on him because he cares for you. So I believe that this is what this is talking about, is when we feel anxious about things. When we have anxiety as a mental disorder, obviously God doesn't want you to have mental illness any more than he wants you to have physical illness. And we would always say, be open, be honest with people about it, seek all of the relevant medical help as well as prayer. But what we're looking at tonight, and what I think this verse is talking about, is when we feel anxious about things, when there are significant events happening, which of course we are in the middle of one right now. Coronavirus and all that it's done to our country and to the world is a significant event. No matter how you're finding it, you might be really enjoying lockdown. You might be like, didn't have to do my GCSEs, which is great, get to see loads of my family, which is nice, bit of slow down time. Or you might be finding it really, really hard. Whichever way you are, this is a really significant event that is going on. So that's why we are talking about this, and that's the context that we're talking about it in at the moment. Now, we have a terrible habit, I think, and I think it is linked to our Britishness, of not being very good at being very honest with God. Often we feel like we have to pray in a certain way or like put across a certain front to God when we pray or when we spend time with him. And it just seems so counterintuitive that we are sometimes our most secretive with the person who obviously knows everything and knows the most about us. And it says here, cast your anxieties on God. First of all, it assumes that you will have them, which is really good. Like, there is always stuff that will make us anxious. And then we can share those with him. We're not telling him because he doesn't know, and we need to flag it up for him. He knows all of the thoughts and all of the feelings of our heart. We're telling him because he cares for us, because he wants to have this relationship with us where we discuss things with him, where we go to him and say, look, I am really, really worried about this exam, or I'm really worried about the fact that I'm not sitting my exams. I'm really worried about what school is going to look like when I go back. Not to tell him because he doesn't know, but to have a conversation about him because he cares for you, to let him speak into your life and into your heart, and to take the burden off you. So what we're going to talk about tonight is that basically, what sort of things make us anxious? Are we very good at being honest with God about that kind of thing? How can we be better at it? And what happens when we sit down with God and are really honest and just say, look, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm anxious about. I'm casting my anxieties on you, God, because you care for me, because your word tells me you do and that I should. So where do we go from now? So that's what you're going to look at. You're going to go into your groups now. And I hope you guys have a great evening. See you later. Bye.